Hi, well I've just gotten home from a trip to the markets. Yes, this little piggy went to the market and actually a whole tray of figs has fallen into my tummy. Let me show you what I got. Oh, figs! Oops! Oops a daisy. Lucky the mangoes were for free. Okay, follow me. My car is absolutely chock-a-block full, as you can see. I got a wee bit carried away. I have to stop going to the market when I'm hungry. Yeah, let me show you around the side. You can see just how full it is. I could not have fit one single more thing in the car. So lots of goodies. That is $230 worth of yumminess there, and I will take you back inside and show you once I've laid it all out and go through the individual prices of everything. So I'll see you inside soon. Okay, well, here it all is, today's haul. I came home from New Zealand and as you can see my fruit bowls are empty. And yeah, this is what happens when you go to the markets with $230 in your pocket. I can never walk away with any change. I just like to spend every last cent. Like even when you return your trolley, it costs $10 for a trolley. You take it back and you get $6 back. Like I have to spend that last $6. So this is the tray of figs that somehow have just landed in my tummy between the markets and home. So I'm a piggy for figgies, you guys all know that, so I've got figgy tummy at the moment. Quick chat about the prices. The lettuce, those 4 boxes were $10 for the 4 boxes. Okay, the Chinese cabbage was $5, watermelons were $2 each, figs were $10 a tray, the apples were $15. They'll actually last me the whole month. Like I'll eat the figs first, then I'll start on the peaches. I just work my way through what's ripest and needs to be eaten first, and then save the oranges and the apples to when I'm kind of running out. Okay, bananas were $10. These were $5, $10. The corn was a bargain at $2. I got some walnuts. They were $12 a kilo, and I've got a kilo there. Tomatoes, $10. More $10 tomatoes. Papaya were $5. 18 on the chilies, but chilies do last me the whole month. There's quite a few in there. $6 on the oranges. Those 2 mangoes were free, so they're a bonus. They're the ones that you just saw me spill all out of my car. These mangoes were $15. Chives were $2.50. Coconut was $1. Grapes were $5. Am I boring you all yet? I don't know, I find all this exciting, so I'll keep on rambling on with it. The tomatoes were $5, peaches were $3, persimmons $10, figs $10. I actually got another box of figs, plus the tray I've already eaten, plus the tray at the front, and realised perhaps I've overdone it on figs because I tend to eat so many it then burns my tongue and then it just wrecks all food for me. So I bumped into a lady in the car park and she actually made it too late for the markets and she was just admiring all my figs. So I sold her back a box. I gave her a box for $10, which once I've gobbled all these up I'll probably regret and think, I wish I kept those figs. So all the figs were $10. $5 tomatoes, $5 nectarines, and the big R2E2 mangoes, they were $5 each as well. So I think I've got everything covered. You believe most of this is actually going to pass its way through my digestive system, and a little bit will go through Will's. I eat way more than him. So anyway, I will see you next vid. See you, love you, bye. Be cute, eat fruit. Don't forget your greens. Wow, well I just put a picture of that fruit haul on Instagram and I have been bombarded with questions. When I filmed that fruit haul, I was just so excited over my super duper bargains that I got because I am the queen of cheap, that's all I spoke about. So I thought I'd just take a moment to answer all of your questions that you had on the when, where, why, how. So let's start with where. Where do I buy my produce? I go to the Growers Shed at Flemington Markets in Sydney. It's at Homebush in Sydney. The best time to go, I find, is a Saturday afternoon between, I like to get there at 12. The actual gates shut at 2 and the markets close at 3. So from 2 till 3 is where the super duper bargains are to be had. There are bargains leading up to that time, but after 2 o'clock things are getting marked down to $2 a box, $3 a box. But if you do wait till then to go, you run the risk of a lot of the growers have packed up and gone home already, and you know, things could have sold out. So that is the risk you take. So I like to get there at 12, and I'll spend 3 hours there, and you get the best of both worlds. And the other thing is, it gets quite busy. Like the closer to that time, it gets busier and more hectic and crazy, and people are pushing and shoving. So if you can't handle crowds and pushing and shoving, I suggest you go on a Friday morning. And when I've gone on Friday mornings before, you want to get there 9:30 or afterwards. Otherwise you have to pay to get in. After 9:30 it's free. Quite often the prices are very comparable to Saturday prices, and you just don't need to deal with all the hustle and bustle. But personally for me, Saturday afternoons is where it's at. Okay, so what other questions were there? How do I get it home? Well, you just saw in my video how I get it home in the car. It's all about packing your boxes and organising them just right, and yeah, you need to be careful when you open the door. I think I would have learnt that by now. And how do I stop it from going bad? Like, how does it last me for a month? Well, that's just a matter of eating what's ripest first. And like, you know, I might have mangoes and I'll be wanting to have mangoes, but I'll know there's figs and there's peaches and they need to be eaten first. Like the mangoes will keep. So it's just a matter of like eating what is ripest first. And same with my tomatoes. Like I'll buy a few different boxes of tomatoes from different growers, and different varieties hold longer. Like some are really cheap and they need to be used as sauce or soup immediately, whereas others will last a couple of weeks. So yeah, just over the years I've gotten to, you know, pretty much be pretty spot on with what to eat first and how long certain things will last. And as I said before, the apples and oranges, they're like last. Once everything else is gone, then I'll have those. What do I keep in the fridge? I keep my lettuce mix in the fridge, and like any lettuces I get, cabbage, corn, zucchini, and cucumbers and capsicums. That's what I keep in the fridge. I don't like to keep any of my fruit in the fridge. Having said that, papayas and pawpaws, once they start to, you know, get a few of those little moldy spots, I will put them in the fridge to slow down that ripening process. And same with my figs. I've just been gobbling down so many figs over the last couple of days that actually I've cracked the corners of my mouth, all the skin off the roof of my mouth's come off. Like, I just love them so much, they don't love me back. But yeah, I've just eaten so many and I just have to have a break from them for a while, so I've put the rest of my figs in a lock and lock container in the fridge. And how do I store them? Well, I'm going to take you downstairs in a moment and show you how I store them. And last little tip for going to the markets is bring a friend. Firstly, it's just nice to have the company. And secondly, like once it starts to get to that crazy, busy, hectic pace, it's nice to be able to have a friend who's got your trolley, and I just tuck her in a safe place, or if it's Will, you know, I pop them in a nice little quiet spot in the markets, and then I'll do my running around, grab boxes and go backwards and forwards to, you know, our base trolley. And also coming home, because the car is just so chock-a-block full of fruity goodness, I can't see out the back window, which is a little bit dangerous. So basically I've got my side mirror and the passenger side mirror, so it's nice to have a friend in the passenger seat to be another set of eyes to, you know, navigate you on your way home. Although if you didn't bring a friend, that would be like a whole nother seat that you fill up with fruity deliciousness. No, but I would rather have the friend and also have the extra set of eyes to get me home. Okay, well, I'm just going to turn the camera off now. I'll be back in a second to show you how I store my goodies. Okay, well here we are in the study, which is really my fruit room. So this is how I like to store things. Like basically you get a box of produce and it's got a lid. So I straight away take the lid off, and I like to do 2 layers. So if you get things in flat layers, that is great because it lasts so much better. Yeah, so this is how I store it all. Apples are fine, you don't really need 2 layers. Like when I get more room in here, once I've eaten everything else, like I will stretch it out into 2 layers. The nectarines, they are still rock hard, so they'll be eaten. So basically, yeah, I'm eating my figs at the moment and my peaches because they're all ready to go. Then I'm moving on to the mangoes. My free mangoes that I got, I have been eating, just cutting out the bad bits. And yeah, the rock melons are good for a while. As soon as you spot like a little bit of mold or breakdown, they go in the fridge. Persimmons, they'll ripen up last. So yeah, this is it. I also keep fruit in fruit bowls and in my vases, and yeah.